Right, guys, probably you would see me a bit unusual. Just a normal day and without hair done, makeup, etc. So today I wanted to talk about something really important actually. There is a reason why we are called Take That Risk. Right, guys, as you all know, I dropped out of college when I was 16 and I started working as a estate agent full time. Now I'm 18 and next month is my driving test exam. And I have done my GCSEs as a private candidate, English and Maths, both. And also I'm helping my mother to buy her first property for a living for all of us. And also at the same time, I was thinking about moving out as I'm turning 18. Not turning, but I'm actually turned 18 already. And it's a long journey. It's a long journey for me since the age of 13. I started doing videos and all of that. And it's a long story. Let me start from the beginning, from the first part of why I moved from college, dropped out of college. First of all, I created my own business when I was 13. It was a marketing agency, and I worked in marketing agencies at 13. And then after a year of working, I started doing my own thing. And I've done marketing a while. Then I moved to London, to the UK. And obviously I needed some kind of education. So I went for college and I've done an ESOL. I studied 1 year. Then I moved to college, like a proper college, since the age of 16, because when I was 15, they didn't allow me to go to normal college because I was too young to go to normal college. So what I did was I studied ESOL, English and Maths, a year. And afterwards, obviously, I've gone into normal college. I studied 1 year as well, which was a year and a half ago. I started the previous year, and then from this year, obviously, I was full time in. So the main reason why I actually dropped out of college was I started a year in ESOL, and I started a year in normal college. I started a business before that. As I mentioned, I have had my own business as well, which was a marketing agency. Really interesting journey. And when I got into college, I studied a business course, level 1. I thought that level 1 they're gonna teach me a business, the actual business, on how to talk to clients, how to set up a business, etc., how to do negotiations, how to grow your selling skills, etc. And I was pretty surprised when I went to college. I was just sitting next to your computer PC and just literally doing nothing, just looking at the screen, doing some just basically looking at the screen and doing some sort of assessment, etc. And I was pretty surprised because this is not what the actual business is. This is not how the actual business work. The actual business is tough. The actual business means that it's really competitive. You're gonna have a lot of competitors. You have to be quick. You have to have certain skills, negotiation skills, selling skills, etc. And it wasn't what they were teaching at the college. Real business means it's gonna be a lot of days when you won't gonna be sleeping, etc. It's gonna be a lot of days where you will be working all day and all night. Real business is not a fancy world. It's not fancy at all. It's hard, it's tough. And yeah, you just have to get used to it. The main reason why I actually dropped out of college and went to full-time estate agency is that my expectation of what they were supposed to teach in college regarding the business and the actual business, the reality, is just two different worlds. The real business is absolutely different from what they teach in college. No matter how many theories that you're gonna learn about business, all that matters by the end of the day is practice. Until you weren't gonna practice, you weren't gonna start practicing real business, you weren't gonna know how the real business is, how tough it is, how competitive it is. And the good side is that you can improve your skills. At the end of the day, if you're gonna improve every day on certain skills which is related to business, you're eventually gonna become really good at business. Any type of business. So that was the main reason why I dropped out of college. Now, since I dropped out of college, I needed to do my GCSEs as a private candidate, and I started doing my exams as a private candidate. I started preparing as a private candidate in order to do my exams, which I eventually sat and done already my exams. Now, how is it going now at the moment? I have got my driving test next month coming, and at the same time I understand that I need to be fully independent. I've been thinking about moving out since the age of 16 probably. Now I'm helping my mother basically to buy a house. I'm helping my mother to buy a house in order to move to a new house. And also I promised my mother that I'm gonna buy her a new car. Maybe not new, but I promised my mother that I'm gonna buy her a car, which I eventually saving the money. I'm investing the money in order to make enough money and buy her a first car and buy a first house, and then I will eventually be able to move out on my own. And the thing is, it wasn't all planned at first, but since my father passed away this year, I'm basically having more responsibilities now. And yeah, first thing first, now my target is to pass my driving test now, continue working in a state agency, and try and make my way to open my own projects. I've been thinking about my own projects actually for a long time. I've been thinking about buying a property for flipping, refurbishing, and eventually selling all of them. So it's generally a project which I've been thinking on my mind for a long time, but it requires a lot of investment from the investor side. And it doesn't really matter whether it's going to be one bed or two beds real estate property. But yeah, I've been thinking about to buying a property for flipping, as I'm already in real estate as well as I'm already an estate agent. Yeah. And first thing first, now my target is to make my driving test, to pass my driving test, to buy my mother a house, to buy my mother a car, as I promised to her to buy a car, and then to help her to buy a house with moving, etc., with all the documents, and I shall start my way to moving out on my own, which I'm not quite sure now. I'm not quite sure how to do everything at the same time, as it's everything just coming at the same time. My GCSEs, driving test, helping my mother to buy a house and buying her a car. Also at the same time making sure that I'm learning new skills in real estate, making sure that I'm getting on with being an estate agent and trying to learn new skills. It just all came up at the same time, but I'm figuring out now. I'm not quite sure when I will figure out, but I eventually know that one day I will figure out everything. I'll figure out how to do it, and I figure out how to start my own project, and will start my own project, and I eventually will become a billionaire one day. I promise I will become a billionaire. In fact, I'm going to become a billionaire one day.